Hi, this video is a quick belly down back bend routine to help all of us who might be sitting at our homes more in front of a computer or working from home, and we are starting to get this posture, which is not what we want, right? So this is bad posture. We want to sit up tall a little bit better. So this is a quick routine. It doesn't involve any equipment, just your floor. So hopefully you have some floor space at home and your pets aren't interfering with that space. If you have a yoga mat, go ahead and use that as well, but you don't need a yoga mat. You can just do this on any floor surface, or you can even do this on your bed. So let's all come down on our bellies. This is what belly down looks like, or what we call prone in my world. And let's define a few things here. So if you haven't taken my low back basics, that teaches you how to engage your core a little bit. So go back to that video if you haven't watched that, just so you learn what I mean by contracting your belly. And from here, you have the floor to kind of pull your belly away from. So you can kind of see that from the video, right? That's me just hanging loose. And then if I pull my belly away, you can see it changes my spinal position a little bit. So if you will, maybe visualize that the floor has these little spikes coming up from it and that you're pulling your belly away from those spikes. Your heels. Don't take your heels together here. Rather, take your heels apart and let your big toes point towards each other. You can even take your feet a little bit wider. What that does is it keeps your pelvis unlocked. If you keep your legs together and you squeeze your butt here, you're gonna lock down your SI joint, and that's not gonna allow a little bit of movement at your lumbar spine, and this is gonna go right into your low back. It's not gonna feel good for any of us. So everybody, take your heels away from each other, pull your belly up and away from the floor, push your pubic bone down into the mat, then rest your head down on the floor. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, point your elbows towards your hips, and then I want everybody to hover your hands off the floor, lift your head, lift your chest. So this should feel like a lot of work. Wow, I've got nothing to help me but those muscles on my back. Yep, that's the point. We want to get those muscles working to hold you up. Take a breath here, and then exhale. Keep your belly tight. Don't let your belly go soft here. And then I want everyone to feel like they're reaching their elbows, like they're trying to touch their hips with their elbows. Your gaze is at the floor, at the mat. You're not looking up, you're looking down. This very unexciting view of the floor. Ready, release, come on down. Keep your heels away from each other, your belly in, push your pubic bone down. This time we're gonna lift up again, hold here. And take an inhale, exhale. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, reach your elbows towards your hips. And then hug your elbows in. Take an inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here, inhale and exhale. 1 more breath, inhale and exhale. Release. Some of you may find that just this position feels good and you want to stay here for a little bit. If that's you, press pause on the video and hang out there for a little bit. Let's honor that right now. These are trying times. Let's keep with things that feel nurturing and grounding. If you feel like carrying on, then we keep going from here. Ready? Heels away from each other. Push your pubic bone in, belly lifts away from the floor. This time you lift your head and chest, press your hands down, and then give yourself a little push. Not a big one, okay? So we're not going for a big back bend. Keep your elbows hugging in and then pull your hands towards your hips. That's going to keep your shoulders down and your belly button still pulling away from the floor. There's going to be a tendency to want to squeeze your legs. Please don't. And if you still feel this in your low back, keep pushing your pubic bone down on the mat. Maybe you don't lift as high. Take another breath here. Inhale. And exhale, come on down. So we're gonna go one step further into an upward facing dog. If the version we just did was challenging enough, you can stay there. If you are in too much pain and you can only do the hover part, then stick with the hover. Any one of those versions are fine. Heels away from each other, pubic bone in, belly lifts. Lift your head, lift your chest, press your hands down. Pull your hands back, hug your elbows in. Either stay here or begin to straighten your arms and then lift your thighs from the ground. Keep your belly tight. Pull your shoulder blades down away from your ears and pull your hands back towards your hips. For some of you, maybe you feel this beautiful fascial stretch in the front of your belly. I find in yoga, we never get to hold this pose for a long time, so I'm gonna hang out here for a few breaths. Take an inhale and exhale. One more breath, inhale here. And exhale, lower down. I mean, that's exhilarating if you get to hold that for a little bit. So we're gonna move on. Take your hands down by your side. Now, take your legs closer together, but still keep your heels apart. Push your pubic bone down. Lift your belly away from the floor. Lift your arms, lift your legs. Take your gaze forward. Keep reaching your arms back towards your feet and keep your breath steady. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Come on down. In yoga, we call that pose locust pose. Next, we're going to move with our arms forward. So this comes more from Pilates. This is called swimming. So it's going to be opposite arm and opposite leg, very much like bird dog was. But this time, our head is lifted from the floor. We're looking at the floor. We're not looking up. We're keeping our gaze down. And you're going to lift your right arm and your left leg off the floor. And switch sides. Left arm, right leg. And switch. Right arm, left leg. And switch. Left arm, right leg. And switch. Right arm, left leg. Switch. Left arm, right leg. Switch. Right arm, left leg. And switch. Left arm, right leg. Switch. Right arm, left leg. Switch. Left arm, right leg. Switch. Last one. Right arm, left leg. And left arm, right leg. Release. Come up onto your hands and your knees. Press back into child's pose. Maybe 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then come on up into a seated position. So it's a short, sweet, belly down, back bend sequence. This is good for almost all of us right now. Feel free to replay this as much as you want. Repeat the sections that you like. If it's confusing and you didn't know what it meant to go into your belly and contract it, please see my low back basics video that covers some of that groundwork for you. Until I see you next time, I wish you all good health. Thank you so much for joining me today in this gentle low back sequence. Again, it's a postural sequence, so this is meant for everybody. I wish you all good health, and I will see you on YouTube very soon. Bye.